the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Here's to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. We gave it up, we had it time. So say bye baby, bye. I'll be, you'll be, yeah, we'll be fine. So let's call it a night, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here right now before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. Ooh,
Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today, we're going to be looking at Courtney Shortney. I know I just did a live on her, but someone sent me a couple of different things, and I wanted to look at one of them in particular. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Jennifer, Melissa J, Ace Detective Puff, Stephanie, Kayla, Paige, Van Gool, Kitty Chat, Emily, Pandyland, Deborah, Evelyn. Hello, everyone. Let's see who came in early. Aradil. Let's see, Paige. Hey, everyone. Okay. How are y'all doing? I haven't been live in a while. Good afternoon. Happy Pride. Happy Pride, Kelly. Good afternoon, everybody. My makeup looks a little different today because I tried a more masculine type of makeup. We're getting there. We're getting there, so just ignore that. And I'm a bit sleepy because I got off my 5 12-hour shifts in 7 days this morning because I worked night shift. So I slept a few hours and wanted to go live and see how everyone was doing. And I really wanted to react to this video. I haven't been live in a little while, so I wanted to come on and do that. I'm trying to find a way to be more consistent, but since my schedules, my weekly schedules are different all the time, like the only consistent schedule I have is in a 2-week period. So like 1 week I'm off and the other week I'm working long hours and don't do anything. So let's see. I never make live. I'm happy I caught this. Welcome, Megan. Glad that you're here. Howdy, Jess. Hi. Happy Pride. Happy Pride. You know what? I've been posting more about being gay on Instagram, and I've lost so many followers. When did homophobes follow me? I don't understand. Hi, Goopy. Ooh, loving the face sculpting. Thanks. I'm working on it. Caldecoder, been a while. I got a new Void kitty in 2 weeks. Oh, you get a new Void? You get a new kitty in 2 weeks? What does Void mean? Like when it comes to Void kitty. Amanda, I know we aren't political here, but I can't look away from the Elon Trump girlies fighting. Oh my gosh. It's so fun. Honestly, it's like such good reality TV. It's so fun. One of my best friends messaged me, and I gotta read what she said. It was really funny. She said, OMG, the Trump Elon breakup drama is killing me. And I was like, it's the best. Avoid Kitty's a fully black one. Oh, cool. Oh, that's going to be really pretty. What are the colors? Oh, thanks, Hannah. Sorry, I just saw yours. Not y'all, the homophobes. Oh, yeah. I thought so, Cappy. For a moment, you had me there, but then I was like, not Cappy. Melissa J, they're lost. You're awesome. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Elon Pelon fighting Tronald Dump is giving me... She's early. Hi, Wit. I know I put it for 6:30, but I just was ready way before then, and I'm pretty tired, so I didn't want to wait longer and then get even more tired. So pre-B-Day stream, yay! Happy Pride from a fellow Rainbow Mafia member. A member for 1 month. Thank you, Van Gool, and happy early birthday, everyone. Give a nice happy early birthday to Van Gool, and thank you so much for being a member. That is so incredible. I really appreciate it. Elon said Trump is in the Epstein files, but I mean, like, we all. First off, Kitty Chat, yes, but like he is. Like, if people didn't know that, you must not look close to the Epstein files because he's there. The girlies are fighting. It's so fun. Do you think Dumpy and Melon Husk will have a cage match? You know what, McMahon? What's her name? The person he put in charge of the education. She was married to the guy who like ran Monday Night Raw. Right? So, like, potentially, it's a possibility. What is it? Linda McMahon. Because she's married. Isn't she married to the guy that, like, ran WWE? Vince McMahon. Yes. So, potentially, she's got the hookup. I once heard someone call him elongated muskrat. I think it was Chelsea, actually. I've not heard that. That's really funny. Let's get ready to rumble. Okay. I saw someone said it's like Drake versus Kendrick, except they're both Drake. It's so true. It's so true because Kendrick won. Like, there's just, if you're a Drake fan, just know, like, I'm sorry. That's really what I have to say. Okay, so what I would like to do is watch Courtney Shorty. Her video is an hour long, so I want to make sure that we get to it as quickly as we can. And I could chit-chat for way too long if I tried. Or honestly, I could chit-chat for way too long if I didn't try and stop myself. Also, thank you so much for 26,000 subscribers. That is super fun, and I really appreciate that. Also, my Ava, my editor, what just happened, my brain? She logged on to my YouTube the other day and was uploading a video. I give her that access because she's my editor and she's amazing. And she logged on and it was like, happy birthday to my channel. And so I thought that was really cool. Sorry, let's see. Balanced. Yeah. I thought that was really cool. And that means officially 4 years. I've been on YouTube. And I've been doing multi-level marketing content longer than that. I started on TikTok in, I don't know, like January, February. She is now edited on Moving Forward. She's the best, so y'all should really go check her channel out. She's so great. Mr. Ranger Lab, there is just something about Courtney that I can't look away. She's such a dumpster fire. I agree. I can tell y'all like Courtney. I can tell y'all like Kelsey Ray the most, though. Like, when it comes to my views, I really want to cover stuff. I really want to cover more stuff like Girl Defined and whatnot. I like that kind of thing. It's really fun for me. I mean, anything. Usually the things I do consistently on my channel are really fun for me. So I want to do that too. It didn't do as well as my anti-MLM videos, which makes sense because this channel is focused on that. So it will just take time for me to like get into that audience too and for them to see my videos. So OMG, Kelsey Ray stresses me out. The pro girlies on TikTok are now pushing singular. Whew, I don't get on TikTok, sadly. My 98,000 follower TikTok is just hanging out there. I know I need to do something about it, but here we are. Should I do a puzzle during this? Please vote yes or no. Yes, please do puzzles. I love puzzles. It was hard for me to watch, to be honest, because they were making me so angry. Yeah. I loved your Girl Defined video. Oh, thank you, Haley. Yeah, it's not an easy watch, but it is a pretty good niche. Like, it's one of those, especially if you're a deconstructed Christian in particular, or Mormon, or anything like that, if you're deconstructed from it, it's something that, for at least for me, I love to watch. And when I was watching and hearing other people's perspectives, it just, I don't know, it was just really nice. So that, and I love covering this stuff because I paid way too much money for my master's degree to not do something like this. I had to delete the TikTok because I kept doom scrolling for like half the day. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Kelsey and her boyfriend broke up. I did hear that, Pitbull lover. I did hear that. All right, let's go ahead. Let me get the video pulled up so that we can watch. It's like, ah! Sorry, I was not prepared for. It's like 59 minutes. So for the record, it's long. Let's watch. I'm so sorry, but if you're not looking at the screen, I need you to watch how she opens this, okay? I need you to watch how she opens this. Here we go. I'm about to press play. Watch how she opens this live. Huh?
Hello, 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 beautiful people. Ciao, ciao, darlings. Buenos notte.
Let's do that one more time.
Darlings. Buenos notte.
What was that? No. Maybe just watch out. Maybe just be more careful. Let's just watch that one more time.
Hello, 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 beautiful people. Ciao, ciao, darlings. Buenos notte.
Did she let out a fart? I don't know. I think it's her chair, honestly. Every time she says chow chow, I want to stick a rusted butter knife in my ear. See, Ada, I was like, why would you do that? I don't think she meant it that way, but like, it got me. It got me.
That's good night. So if I'm not saying good night to you, I should probably say buenos sera. Good evening.
Question, how's the volume? I'm going to let her cook a little bit and y'all can listen to it, but let me know.
Darlings. How's everybody? I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on here, but I figured I'd pop on and say ciao to you all. Say hello. Let me know, where are you tuning in from? Okay. And drop it in the comments below. So if you guys are watching this on Facebook later, that just means that little red square, the live square, is not here. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. Hello, cowboy. How are you, darling? Christopher. NYC. Ciao, Mandy. Great to see you. What else was I going to say? Oh. I am live from my bathroom on a chair. Because, man, I guess I could probably see what this is like standing.
I know she gets louder. Also, I turn my volume down, so hopefully with me turning my volume down and her being low, you can turn your volume up, maybe?
Let's see. I just didn't know if it... Okay, the angle's not too...
No, this is on 1.0 speed. This is regular speed.
I didn't know how it was going to work if I was standing. I figured, since I'm in Italy, they're not going to care if I'm talking, right? But in Germany, I couldn't really be that loud. obviously the Americano. Yeah, funny. And whenever Shalon and I were together, we were, she'd be like, oh, they're looking. She was just in Italy last month. And so, anyway, I have Instagram down here because I didn't figure I probably won't save it. Instagram's live. I might save it on Facebook, but I was in my stories and I started talking about some things that I was like, you know what? And we're in the bathroom because the lighting is better. And I didn't tell you, but I'm in Bologna, Italia. And I took the train today from Munich. I've wanted to do that. I wanted to see the mountains. Could have gotten on a plane, but I'll give you some tips with traveling and that, on the reasons why I did that if you guys want. You let me know. But yeah, I didn't really know how many people were going to be able to jump on. It's kind of it's definitely late here, and then it's also an odd time back home because it's like right before dinner, I feel like. No, it's kind of like right in the beginning of dinner and like the witching hour for kids. Hey, Caroline, how are you, darling? So good to see you. So anyway, I was having this moment where, oh, here we go. We have some people on Facebook. Where's my ring? The ADHD is so strong right now. Did you guys just witness that? Anywho's. So I was in my stories and I was having one of these moments like I was last night where I just started to talk for like, I'll post them all still. But I was like recording myself and talking about some things and I was like, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna talk about this. I called the kids first. So it's been 40 minutes since I started recording that stuff. I look fantastic. Thanks, darling. Whoa, got really bright right here. Why did it do that? Just like,
Yeah, I think she's whispering because she's in a hotel room. This is insufferable. I'm so sorry. let's try it a little bit more. Let's see what we can do with this.
blew it out or something?
I will say a lot of these boss babes take a little while to get started. They try to start this off with like some kind of like bestie laughing, ha ha hee hee ha ha, and then they like go hard or go home eventually.
Did you see that?
Hi,
Was that
Sam.
just me? Did I move? Oh, it's glitching. Okay. It's the light that's flickering. What the French toast? It's kind of like, I guess it's... Oh, it's reflecting off of the metal. When I tell y'all, like, I just gotta figure some things out. I'm... Hey, Cindy, how are you? What's up, Kim? By the way, Cindy, your energy's been so beautiful. Great to see you on here, darling.
They wait for people to hop on. Although they gotta warm up first.
So thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you. Love you.
Wit said, "Oh, believe me, you want to see this whole video." Wit, I do. Weren't you the one that sent this to me? I remember. I also think you were the. Were you the one that also sent the video of her crying? Yeah. Okay. So Wit's telling us to watch this whole video. So we're gonna stick to it. Thank you, Wit. I appreciate it.
Guys. All right. So I was like, do you guys ever have those moments where someone will tell you something and basically they're like, oh, I can't stand it when this, or I don't like that. And then all of a sudden you'll witness them almost go back on what they said or pretend like, oh, I just totally forgot I even said that. And you're like, what the? Like, it's your girl right here.
Oh, Sam.
I've been called an elephant a lot. My memory is so.
Okay. Pause. Sam says Igor sends you big slobbery kiss, JJ. Oh, also look at Igor. Look at Igor's dog. Look at Sam, Igor's dog. The profile picture for Sam. Give Sam kisses for me. Thank you so much.
So solid. So
give Igor kisses for me, Sam. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry.
I may forgive. I don't ever forget. Okay? Your girl forgives, but she don't ever forget. Hello, gorgeous. And I just kind of like had that moment, and I've kind of gone through these moments where people have just been triggering me because of this. Let's portray ourselves to be this certain person, and then all of a sudden, you get, like, they just get all pissed off and they just forget who they said that they were. They forget their identity. They forget what integrity actually looks like. And I'm like, listen, you do you, boo, is fine, but I don't forget and I pay attention and I'm so observant. It's like a special talent of mine. I like.
Okay, great. So I want to read this really quickly because I think it's so crucial when we're talking about JLW's downline and why they copy her and why it's so cringe. I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to read this. So the AI overview, I typed in, what is it called when people copy their cult leader? AI overview said, when people copy their cult leader's behavior, it's often a result of undue influence or coercive control exerted by the leader. These tactics manipulate followers into conforming to the leader's beliefs. Oh, sorry. Hopefully it's shared. Oh, it's so tiny. Here we go. To the leader's beliefs and actions, even to the detriment of their own well-being. So why do followers imitate their cult leaders? Several factors contribute to this phenomenon. Charisma and persuasion. Cult leaders often possess a magnetic personality and persuasive skills, making them appear admirable and inspiring. Need for belonging and purpose. People experiencing vulnerability or seeking belonging may be drawn to the community and sense of purpose a cult leader can offer. Indoctrination and manipulation. Cults employ techniques like love bombing, gaslighting, and isolation to manipulate followers and control their beliefs. Fear and guilt. Cult leaders may use fear and guilt to maintain control, threatening negative consequences for disobedience or disloyalty. And in this instance, it would be like pushing them out of the community, not supporting them, talking shit about them, that kind of thing. Idealization and dependence. Followers may idealize the cult leader and become dependent on them for guidance and validation, which I think so many of Jesse's close followers did that. Next is examples of copying or mimicking, which I thought this was really interesting. Adopting a leader's demeanor and phrases. Members may mimic the leader's speech patterns, gestures, or even their physical appearance. Following strict routines and practices, cult leaders often impose specific behaviors related to diet, sleep, and daily activities. Embracing the leader's beliefs as absolute truth. Cults discourage independent thinking and encourage unquestioning acceptance of the leader's teaching. Psychology Today explains that cult leaders I'll start here. And it's important to remember that such behaviors often result in manipulation and control, not genuine admiration. Psychology Today explains that cult leaders seek obedience and control, and followers may appear happy and willing to suffer for their leader's benefit due to mental manipulation. So I just wanted to read that. I hate the misuse of the word trigger, right? Because it just makes it mean nothing. Hi, hijab cheese. MLMs and their top leaders 1000%. Absolutely. I mean, this just fits in so well. And it's so wild how we see it so blatantly with JLW's downline. Even with her being gone, we still see it so heavily. Okay.
Gift to just.
So I'm going to start this like 20 seconds back so that I can pay attention.
Pissed off and they just forget who they said that they were. They forget their identity. They forget what integrity actually looks like. And I'm like, listen, you do you, boo, is fine, but I don't forget and I pay attention and I'm so observant. It's like a special talent of mine. I like have this gift to just piece things together and see this big picture perspective. And I started talking about how, and that's okay, like, but I've noticed inside of it that it has been triggering me. And so I'm like, okay, I am a part of the 85% of the people who think they're self-aware and the 10 to 15% who actually are, okay? So I'm not just pretending to be self-aware. I'm gonna reflect and I'm gonna share one of those moments with you, okay? I always say, I'm gonna start wearing a body cam for this recent girl. I don't know, you know what? I like that idea, but we don't even need the body cam. Listen, we know what we know. We know what we know, and you ain't gonna tell me no different. And you know that I know what I know.
Huh?
That's how I feel about it.
You know that I know what I know. You know that I know what I know.
But there are moments whenever you have such a solid, strong memory and you're also self-aware that you're like, wait, did I hear that wrong? Did I say that wrong? Because I definitely make mistakes. I do. And yeah, it's just really, really interesting. It's an interesting time in the world, let alone in our profession of network marketing that I've been a part of for 17 years. The patterns are predictable, people are predictable. And I just said this the other day, I'm gonna share this with you guys again. I said it in my stories that it goes away after 24 hours. But truly emotions are, and this is like a huge takeaway from Dr. Joe Dispenza, okay? Emotions are based off of past experiences. And emotions are, oh wait, there was something else that I missed inside of that. Anyway, emotions are based off of past experiences. And so if you are making decisions based off of your emotions, you're quite literally living in the past. And behaviors of humans are so predictable, the patterns are so predictable that whenever you are reacting and
I thought you never forgot, Courtney. OMG. Okay, I'm sorry, but what the fuck is she talking about? Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, Professor Shortney, go off. How much proud wisdom.
making decisions based off of your emotions, you're actually not only living in the past, you're creating a predictable future. So you can
Right, Doodleheart. I think that's a good point. I mean, if you don't know how to self-regulate, I guess emotions are based on past experiences. I think I don't see the issue on like reacting to a situation based on past experiences, but keeping in mind like you also have to be able to regulate and you also have to be able to understand those emotions and it's if you are like mentally unwell and you aren't working towards like better understanding your emotions and how to react to things like me personally, I've had a lot of issue with that. I had to adapt a certain way as a child, and so I've been in therapy for several years now and I'm learning a lot more about my emotions and I've done a lot of improvement, still have a long ways to go, but I am aware now. Like my initial reaction to things is sometimes the same as what it used to be, but I pause and go, is this actually real? Like, is this is this reaction valid? Or am I lacking context to like what I am experiencing today, you know? So yeah, it's just put down the self-help books and go to therapy, Courtney. Right. I mean, I feel like she's filibustering. This woman stalked JLW. She's been unwell at least as long as we have known her, if not longer. You remember when she tried to steal her ashes? I'll just never fucking forget that. And you know what I did for a while until I was recording? If you haven't seen my most recent video, it's about Courtney Shortney, and in there I remembered, like part of the way through, I remember that she did attempt to steal Jessie Lee Ward's ashes, and it just is so unreal. It's just, oh God, oh my God.
copy it and paste it, and that's what it is. Like, you have to get present in the now. You have to understand, why am I being triggered? What is happening in this moment that is causing me to feel this way, so that I can work through it, release it, and no longer have these emotions, because there's no reason to react or be triggered by anything if I'm living in the present. I'm going to say it again. The emotion that you are feeling is only based off of a past experience. If you want to feel different and you want to live a different life and you get into the present moment and you shift your frequency and you don't get pissed off, you don't get angry, you don't get upset, it's not that it doesn't happen, but you pull yourself back.
I'm sorry. I haven't been listening for the past several seconds because I cannot fucking forget the day that I found out about those ashes. Hannah said, JJ, I remember exactly where I was when you told me about the ashes, like exact spot of the trail I was walking on. And Haley said, I'm a funeral director and the ashes story always gets me, like, that's insane. Okay, I promise now I'm going to listen. I needed another moment because I mean, that's truly just so unhinged. Truly so unhinged. I mean, generally, she went to pick them up before the parents could get them. Anyway, all right, my brain is, I'm now forcing it to move on. And then I'm going to listen to her spew something right here.
React or be triggered by anything if I'm living in the present. I'm going to say it again.
Please say it again, because what?
the emotion that you are feeling is only based off of a past experience. If you want to feel different and you want to live a different life and you get into the present moment and you shift your frequency and you don't get pissed off, you don't get angry, you don't get upset, it's not that it doesn't happen, but you pull yourself back to neutrality and gratitude and love and abundance.
And that's called toxic positivity. Hey, Iris. Oh, I know. My girl, come here. Speaking of dogs, Aylin said, I'm pissed about the dogs. You know, I didn't follow that saga very closely because it's very, like, it's one of those things that makes it's hard for me to watch and read about. Iris, come here, love. Come here, love. Iris, come. Come. JJ's face while Courtney's explaining is cracking me up. Like, I'm trying really hard to make it make sense, but she's not making sense. She stole the dogs too, JJ, and lots of jails. Okay, so I knew about like the clothing and stuff, and I never was 100% sure if she actually stole the dogs, but it makes sense that she did because she stole the clothing. You know, JJ. Let's see. And the dogs look emaciated. They don't look healthy. I don't think she cares too much about them. I think she just grabbed onto anything that she possibly could of Jessie Lee Ward's before that door closed. Like, literally, she tried to grab her ashes. Iris, come here. Come. She does not want to come. Usually, like, when I do that, she will come. I don't know. Something's bothering her. Her daughter outed her for having the dogs in their home. God, I love kids. Anyway, what she's saying about like the emotions and like you should be able to be neutral, it's toxic positivity. You can be angry, you can be sad, you can be upset. Things can piss you off. Things can make you have strong emotions, and that's okay. And you're not reacting from past experiences only. Things happen today, like racism, homophobia, so on and so forth. I mean, so many different things. People can simply just be bullies or be rude, and you can get upset about it. People can ignore you. I mean, there's, you know what I'm trying to say. And the fact that she's pretty much, in my opinion, what I'm hearing so far, saying you should not react that way. You should be able to just be neutral. It's gaslighty as fuck. Yeah, absolutely, Van Gool. Was it ever verified that one of the dogs passed away? I don't know. Lisa said, if I died and my friend's first thought was to raid my closet, I'd haunt them. Iris doesn't like Courtney. I don't blame her. I know. I don't think she does. One of the dogs did pass away. Oh. DEC worked out that Wookie has died and Pumbaa is emaciated. I can't spend too long on the dog thing, but thank y'all for sharing it. It's just one of those things that I can't really, you know. Anyway, so toxic positivity is awful, never being allowed to feel upset. Right. And she's sharing this as though like you having emotions is wrong, or you feeling a certain way about something is wrong, or that you need to get it together because you're reliving the past. And it's like, no, I can be pissed off if I want. It's simple as that. Like, I'm valid in my emotions. Suppress your emotions, just be happy. Jeez. That's funny.
Faster and faster and faster and faster. And the people that pop off, that get all like pissed off real fast, that want to just, and listen, I'm not perfect, okay? I've been there, I've done that. I'm self-aware enough to tell you that I am, okay? But I'm gonna speak this from a state of, I know what I'm talking about, okay? When people get like that, it is, and I get like that, okay? It is based off of past experiences. The emotions that you're feeling are based off of past experiences. And so you take, the more you get present, and how do you do that? Not only do you ground yourself, not only do you get into a state of gratitude, but truly take the time to learn how to meditate. Like,
you can literally be angry and also be grateful. I understand the concept of meditation. I understand like being able to regulate your emotions. I think that she went too far, you know, like I think that there is a good line, right? It's like being able to like stop yourself, take a moment, breathe, understand, really like listen, what's going on? Why are you feeling this way? And understand that like your reaction is valid. We just need to get to the point where you can pause and really get it. And figure out ways to regulate your emotions or figure out ways to fix the situation that's going on. But she just went a little too far over the line. Right now it's just like, no, you need to be able to not do that. You should be able to completely stop your feelings.
Learn how to actually be present with yourself, with your thoughts, sit with your emotions, sit with your feelings, and understand what is not serving you. Fear, sadness, lack, hate, it doesn't serve you, okay? And
sorry, I keep pausing so quickly, but it is like, and sometimes I'm like, people will be like, "What? Stop apologizing for pausing all the time. We're here to listen to you talk." And I'm like, "Okay, I get it." But then there's people who are like, "Play the video. Why are you talking so much?" And I'm like, it's a reaction channel, brother." Anyway, her MLM isn't serving her. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I was going to say. I feel as though when it comes to Courtney Shortney, when it comes to Kelsey Ray, hey Karina, when it comes to things, when it comes to people like that coming on here and talking about these things, they take parts that they know are correct, right? Like some of the things she's saying were like, yeah, okay. And then they put a spin on them. It's like you almost want to be like, okay, like, yeah, but something's off here. And they make it to the narrative they want it to be. And I feel like that's what Courtney does often. It's a reaction and commentary channel. People are weird. Yeah. Actually, those emotions can serve you. They are natural. They demand to be felt. They're trying to tell you something. Yeah, that's a good point, Melissa J. Angela said, we'd definitely rather listen to you than Courtney, JJ. Thank you. I'm glad.
I have a solid memory. And I will not hold on to things. I will forgive. It doesn't mean I have to forget. You said, I just wanted to read what you wrote. You just wrote this down. Emotions are based on past experiences. Absolutely. And it's not mine originally, but you can go me.
Well, at least you said it.
We know that I know that we both know. Mm-hmm, exactly. And it's like, I don't have to bring it into this because I don't have to be that person.
Yes,
right?
Sam.
But I know, and I won't forget. My current emotions are based on my current experiences. That is literally.
She does talk about it a little bit, Sam, in the most recent video I covered of her. The video that was posted yesterday, maybe. She talks a little bit about it.
In the present, exactly. And so whenever you're like, okay, I want more abundance, I want more love, I want more of this, and then you get into that state, you attract more of it. And then you get into that really, really powerful, authentic gratitude, the way that you start to really feel like, wow, I'm so confident. I'm exactly who I have chosen to be, and I'm becoming more of that version of myself over and over and over again. It's like you become so authentic that you can instantaneously attract into your life.
You become so authentic, but you're also shutting out emotions. So not really. You're like completely cutting off your authentic initial reaction and emotions.
Faster and faster and faster. Exactly what you're calling it. It'll happen quicker and quicker. I was just having a conversation with one of the girls on our team, and she's like, you know, I realized that I was being triggered by, and I'm going to share some of my moments too. She said, I realized that I was being triggered by being in a certain part of town because they were with past relationships that were very negative, right? And she's like, and it was going to clean a friend's house, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I can keep doing this. Should I like stop cleaning for her because I don't like the way that this feels. It's really making me, and I didn't realize that I was holding on to the past feelings of the experiences that I've had. She's like, I thought I've worked through it, I thought I released it, but I realized that in this moment of feeling this, I haven't. So maybe I need to stop coming to this part of town. She's like, but how could I do that? Like this friend of mine has, 5 kids. She works a lot. She needs this. Like I can't leave her hanging. She tells me all the time what a godsend I am to be able to help her. I kid you not, she shared with me, I got a phone call from her. I didn't. She's saying this to me. She's like, I picked up the phone, and she goes, hey, I just noticed that like we're not always I'm not at the house at the same time you are, and I just wanted to have this phone conversation with you instead of like, because I wanted to do it in person, but we haven't seen each other. I don't know, I can probably keep you for another month, but I won't be able to keep having you come to the house. So basically, like, laid her off for a period of time.
Courtney, what the fuck are you saying? I'm trying to follow. And obviously it's really fun and interesting to hear her do whatever she's doing. But it's just like, maybe instead of like, oh, I feel like I need to get on and ramble, maybe make some bullet points or something.
It was instantaneous. And the amount of work that this girl has done and aggressively put in work and transformed herself. And then she had the thought while she was cleaning the house, the friend called within hours, and instantly.
Hey, Lorne.
Instantly. She no longer has to go back to that. Like, she's, that's how it works. That is exactly how it works. And
okay. Whit said the later part of this video about Kelsey is what everyone definitely needs to hear. Okay. Do you think it's worth listening up to that point, or do you think we should skip to that point, Whit? I trust your judgment.
I started to realize there are people, so many people, that are aggressively being removed from my life. And I mean, it's happened a lot over the last 2 years, aggressively. And last year, I was processing and trying to figure out, like, who am I meant to? I can't keep people closed out. Like, I want to have close relationships. I want to have close friendships.
Thanks,
but y'all, I'm not gonna call anybody my best friend. I'm just not. I'm not there. I will say one of my best friends for sure, but the best friend, that's Jessie Lee. Still is. Not changing that.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I think I have never lost a best friend. So with me, when it comes to grief in that situation, I don't understand it. So that very well could be valid. But why are you talking to us about it? Like, why are you on here talking about it? Why aren't you talking to someone who can actually help you work through those emotions and understand them and feel better and process your grief in a healthy way? What do you want us to do? I can't do shit. Is Courtney a little low, or is it me? I think, no, Karina, she is in a hotel room and I think she's intentionally speaking quietly. So I turn my volume down a lot to try to help counteract, but I'm kind of loud in general, so I'm sorry. Hopefully, maybe if you turn it up a little bit, she'll be louder. I'm not sure. How long ago did she pass away? She passed away in 2023. In September, it'll be 2 years.
And I thought to myself, but I want friendships. I want close friendships.
October.
I want to feel like I have more best friends. And I had to really let my guard down and understand that I was being triggered by that. And I'm also triggered whenever people tell me one thing about our relationship and how they feel about me and how they feel about a certain situation. And it's like,
you're triggered? What is it? I think several people have mentioned it, but I just don't think she's using that word correctly. It kind of degrades what the word actually means. Also, is that a right word? Is that right to use the word degradation? No? Degrades? Whatever. It just makes the words seem less big. Oh, sorry that I'm not saying the right thing. OMG, the pause. She's triggered by someone degrades. Sorry, Hannah. Thank you. Thank y'all very much. She's diluting the meaning of the word. Thank you. Yes. She's triggered by someone communicating. Right. So, like, I don't know if the word trigger is right. I don't think it's right. If you want more best friends, stop treating your friends as transactions. Yeah. I also don't know if she actually wants more best friends. It seems like she's like, I just want Jessie, and I can imagine that's very difficult. But I think another important part to remember is she was the cult follower of Jessie Lee Ward. Like, she was the one, you know? Like, she was like the right hand follower of Jessie Lee Ward. So she needs extensive therapy, in my opinion. It's been 5 years since my dad passed. Not really healed. Mom passed last month. I don't cry, but I'm a mental mess. Oh, kitty chat. I'm so sorry. I'm here. I'm glad you're here with us and chit-chatting with us, and I hope you seek the things that you need, for sure. Thank you, chat. Oh, for sure. This chat is amazing. Y'all are so supportive, and help me with my fuck ups, and y'all are wonderful. Reading between the lines, it sounds like she's mad that someone told her something critical or concerned about a relationship. Yeah, maybe someone was like, hey, you need to like figure out this, like, Jesse's not here anymore. She's gone, and you need friends. Like, you need people to support you. I don't know, something like that. While she is talking about this, and for those that don't know, remember she stalked JLW and made her be her best friend. That will come into play soon. Ooh, yes. Thank you.
Within a short period of time,
hours.
now it's completely opposite. So I'm triggered by that because I am so authentic. I coach authenticity.
You can coach you're not authentic, Courtney. I'm sorry. I reacted really quickly, and she doesn't like that.
I live authenticity.
You don't.
I am opening the amount of conversations that I've had over this, okay?
The gymnastics that her brain is having to do to form these lies and act like she believes them. She could win the Olympics with that.
And so when someone does not authentically say what they mean what they say, and their actions follow it, I'm fucking triggered. I get triggered. And I was like,
so you're telling me you don't like when someone isn't straight up with you? That's not triggered. That is not triggered. And if you genuinely get triggered, go to therapy.
Okay, is it me? What could I have done better? Because clearly I have 50% responsibility in this relationship. Girls saying, and sometimes it's so painful, but incredibly necessary. Yes, exactly. And so I asked myself, and I got really, really hard on myself, you guys, and I started going into this downward spiral of certain people that are exiting my life. And I was like, you know what? All is according to plan. And this is happening for me, not to me. And I actually started to look deeper into how it made me feel and why I felt that way. Why am I picking myself apart? Why am I now attacking my own? And I knew it immediately. I was like, I gotta meditate. I have to meditate because my thoughts, if you think about frequencies, okay, and when we think about a higher vibrational frequency, which means there are actually sounds that align with emotions, okay, or emotions, yeah, like, or states of emotions. I'm going to say the words and then that'll make sense. Authenticity is the highest frequency, okay, up with gratitude, and there's love, and there's peace, and there's I'm forgetting all of them, right? So when you're lower frequency, lower vibration, they're lower hertz, okay? So up here, 963 hertz is the frequency of God, okay?
You know what's really funny is, like, I did ultrasound physics, and ultrasound's based on like sound waves and frequencies and stuff. And they're like, this is like the whatever of God, the hertz of God, or whatever the fuck they say. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm thinking to myself, oh God, this is just weird. She just had me say what the fuck out loud. 963 is so specific. Frequency? She's talking about frequency. Like sound waves and stuff. Sorry, my alarm's going off. It's my weekly work alarm. I should be clocking in 2 minutes, but I don't work today. So she looks like she's doing the cha-cha in pause. So I'm going to just go back 10 seconds because I want to hear that again.
So when you're lower frequency, lower vibration, they're lower hertz, okay? So
lower the frequency, the deeper you can see inside someone. Fun fact.
Up here, 963 hertz is the frequency of God, okay? And then it goes.
Don't forget that. 963. That's the frequency of God.
Higher and higher and higher and higher. And they're wider, right? Whenever you look at the scale, it's like a wider frequency, okay? But then as you become more negative, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And why is that? Because if you think about a funnel, you think about, you know, those little donation coin things where you put a coin in and it spins and it's like, and then it gets to the point where you start to get negative, and guys, it will suck you in. Gravity just pulls it all the way down, all the way down, all the way down to hatred and just shame and guilt and...
What the fuck is she talking about? Nowhere, as someone who has a master's in theology, y'all, let me say it even though it's annoying, because do you do cardio ultrasound? Like for vessels? Oh, for your heart? Sorry, you do like cardio stuff for like muscle like stuff. Cardio, I do not know echo, but I do know vascular. So heart would be echo, and I did not study echo. That's like its own specific thing because the heart is so complicated. But I know about all the vessels. Anyway, nowhere I have books up here. I have dictionary of theological, what the fuck does it say? Terms. I have handbook of biblical criticism, complete vocabulary guide in Greek New Testament. I have a lot of my big books underneath my bed. Let me just say, nowhere does it talk about frequencies of God. That's so unhinged. Like, it's just wild to me that I spent so much money to learn all of this stuff, and then people come on here like not paying anything and go, frequencies of God. And I'm like, you don't know shit about nothing. Why are people believing you? Study that. Thank you for asking. My mom had an echo, and I would wondered if you studied that. I mean, I know stuff about the heart, but like, I did not study echo. I'm sorry.
Fear.
My favorite frequency is 365, especially how it hits the window and the wall. Damn, she's mad. Da, da, da.
And lack. Abundance, gratitude, love, peace. Just, there's neutral, and then there's high frequency. And I was going down. I was shaming myself. I started to think about my leadership. I'm this, I'm that. I started thinking about my parenting. I love.
So since she's just gonna talk a bunch of weird shit, I'm gonna teach y'all something. Okay, you ready? Because you're not gonna learn anything from Kelsey. You're not gonna learn anything from Courtney. The lower the frequency, the deeper you can see. So like so my low frequency camera, we call them probes, can see like organs and all of that. The higher the frequency, the less, like the closer to the skin, right? So the less depth. So you can see more of like what's going on in muscles and what's going on at the skin surface and then the bowel area and stuff. So fun fact, little ultrasound quirk there.
The team so much. I wanted to be here. I was so excited to come. And so honored to be a part of this.
Oh, Hannah.
But leaving my house, I didn't want to leave. And in this entire process, I'm like, I'm on my cycle. It's just my period. My emotions are high. Like, I'm just crying and emotional because of that. Completely disregarding the fact that my grandma passed away April 10th. Completely disregarding that it isn't just one thing, it's everything. That there are so many layers that I'm peeling back over and over and over again. And if I am picking myself apart, it's because I'm not being present. Because when we think about the things that we do in a day and the things that we're able to get done.
Did you steal her? Did you try to steal her ashes as well? I bet you never thought Courtney Trini would take a tap into your ultrasound knowledge. LOL. Anastasian's Creed said LMAO respectfully. Happy Pride Month, everyone. So what are we? So at the beginning of this, it was like you need to find neutrality in emotions and not like get high emotions. And now she's like, I'm really emotional, and I've been like, why am I so emotional? And then like I've completely ignored the fact that my grandmother died April whatever. So like, what are we saying? I do not understand.
And the things that we've survived 100%, 1000% of our worst days. You guys would not trade places with me. You would not walk in my shoes and survive all of the things that I've survived.
The fact that you think you are that fucking important, Courtney, you don't know what people who are watching have gone through. You're saying that we would never survive what you survived? The privilege. Lawrence, you're correct. Your TikTok friend. Hey, holy crap. I'm sorry, Courtney, that your life has been the worst life in the whole world ever lived, and that people could not survive it. Because Courtney's God now. You're all as lost as me? No. David, you could go back to the beginning, but it wouldn't change anything. Ma'am, you must be joking. It's just, she's so fucking out of touch. She's so out of touch. She's so unhinged. I don't even know what words to put with it, honestly. It's just mind-blowing to hear people say stuff like that.
Just like I could have.
She's sitting in a hotel in Italy. Jesus.
Walk in your shoes and survive all of the things that you have survived. 101.
Wait, so she's like, but I also couldn't walk in your shoes and survive all the things you've survived? What is she talking about? I think she's just saying that so she won't look like such an ass. You think?
We are placed in the lives, in the positions, in the experiences that we are meant to be in. That we have to allow ourselves to release. And when you hit those walls where you're like, I'm not good enough, I'm not cut out for this, I'm burnt out, I'm this, I'm that, I'm low vibrational. When you hit those walls, you gotta stop, think about it, and shift your state, shift your frequency. You change your state, you change your life. And the fastest way to do that is to truly meditate. Because when you meditate and you teach yourself, and y'all can say all day long, like, I don't know how to meditate, I'm so bad at it, my brain, yeah, me too. Me too, because all we do is this. We're on our phones, you're consuming media all the time, especially when you do it for work. And if you can't just sit and be present with yourself and sit and shut your brain off.
She said at one point in this conversation that you're sitting and meditating and teaching yourself things. How can you teach yourself you don't know shit about? You can't teach yourself shit you don't know shit about.
How will you ever get into the present moment? Are you ever just sitting there and looking around you and just in awe of the people in your life, and you just smile with such a deep gratitude that you get to be in this moment? There's nothing like it.
Yeah, you seem really fucking happy and high vibrating and all that shit.
I just posted a story, and I looked at my face in the way that I looked at Shalana, and I was like, oh, like, we were having a moment. I don't know what my face looks like when I look at people because I can't see my face. It is a magic.
She literally just said, I don't know what my face looks like when I look at people because I can't see my face. TLDR, be grateful no matter what. Whit said earlier, I wanted to read this out. Where'd she go? I have a psych degree and I don't think I could even get close to helping Courtney and her issues. Well, Whit, for the record, I think she can help herself, apparently. Apparently she can teach herself things that she didn't even know.
That is indescribable. Yeah, a state of being. It's like,
Heal plays. I have a yoga
remember
studio.
who you are. If you want to know, okay, where do I start with meditating? One of the things that I love the most is, we did it actually at Empire University with Jessie Lee sent it to us. or Jesse Lee played it for us, and we did it together at Empire University. It's one of my favorite ones that at a time when I wasn't really meditating, it really, really works. It helps shift your frequency, shift your state, and put you in a deep state of gratitude.
Hey, Lady Mittersall.
Search on YouTube, Tony Robbins.
Megan Marie said, I'm a psych doctoral student and Courtney scares me. Oh, shit. Listen. I would love to have a conversation with Courtney. She should have meditated instead of going live. You know what? I think you're right. But then we wouldn't get this gem.
Priming video. TonyRobbins. Priming. PRIMING. Video, I think. Tony Robbins priming. I don't think you have to type video. Why would you? It's YouTube. And it's like a fully edited video where he's like in the event, but then it's also showing you clips of like random recorded clips of people that are like in the world, right? But your eyes are closed the whole time anyway. And he'll tell you to think of a moment, and he'll give you.
No, I did a Tony Robinson video. I remember doing that video so long ago. I think it was a couple years ago. I did a Tony Robinson video. It was fun. I thought I'd do better, but I really enjoyed doing it. It was interesting.
Examples. And he's like, put your hand on your heart. Like, this is at the end. And he has you do this. Is what
Aylin, oh, this is so, I'm sorry to pause it like within like 4 seconds of starting it, but Aylin said, and you know, it's just such a vibe. I have no qualifications, but I am mentally ill and game recognized game. It's true. And what said, think about the case study that would come from just prove it. It would contradict everything they say. Oh, for sure.
priming is, you sit on the chair, on the edge of the chair, and you will go, and he tells you exactly how to breathe. And so when you do breath work
hi, Jennifer.
like that, combined with thinking about moments that you're extremely grateful for, or think about moments that you want to create in your life, it completely shifts your state quickly. Bossly is
Priming shifts your state. Why did I use that much oxygen for no damn reason?
so proud of you. This is why. Oh, I love you. Margot says, big hugs, lots of love. I see you, quote unquote, because I love that poem so much. Thank you for that. You amazing woman, amazing mom, amazing human. Thank you. I love you guys so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. And right back at you, because you know what? I'm just a mirror. Yeah. I'm just a mirror reflecting back to you what's already inside of you. Like, you can't possibly see it in me unless it's already inside of you. And so when you focus on gratitude, it reflects back to you. Your brain doesn't actually know the difference between your thoughts that you want to create and your actual reality around you, which is why it's important to be present and get into a state of gratitude. Because if you are focused on the negativity in your life, or the lack of, or the people exiting, or shaming and guilting yourself because of whatever situation or scenario, you will continue to spiral downward. And I've just been faced with these scenarios, and I'm like, okay, what is it that I'm meant to look at right now? What am I meant to reflect on? And back to my point, I'm like, when you get into the state of gratitude, that's neuroplasticity. Like, thank God for neuroplasticity. The fact that our brain evolves and changes and stretches. Like, you stretch the vessel. You stretch your capacity of what you can hold. You stretch the things that you allow and don't allow. Like, nope, we're gonna put that over here. That goes in that bucket. And this is my present bucket. This is in the now. Because if you are thinking about the past, you're actually living in the past. How many of you?
Okay, neuroplasticity. Importance. Neuroplasticity. Damn it. Neuroplasticity plays a crucial role in learning, memory, and recovering from brain injuries. It allows the brain to adapt to new challenges and make adjustments based on experiences. Factors influencing it: sensory experience, environmental change, exercise, stress, and other factors can all influence the extent of neuroplasticity. It's the brain's ability to reorganize and adapt by forming new neural connections and changing existing ones. You know what? You know what would probably help her with her therapy.
You guys, can you raise your hand? Can you drop a 5 in the comments below? For real. Drop a 5. If you have ever
A 5.
had someone tell you the same story over and over and over and over again to the point where you're like, oh, and you just sit there and you're like, and you're like, and you're on your phone, and then you feel bad for being on your phone because you're not actually intentionally listening to this person talk to you. And sometimes you even catch yourself like, hey, you've told me this story before. Oh my God. I'm like, dude, they are stuck in the past. I've been there before. I've repeated stories. I still do it. I'm not perfect at it, okay? I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not claiming that. It's always so funny whenever like people coach and train on polarizing things and like, I will always, yeah, right. Because, we have neuroplasticity. We evolve. Like, I've been the person that has repeated stories.
Good night, Sam.
I've actually had Jessie Lee tell me on a coaching call, every time that we have a coaching call, this is the conversation that we have. I was like, you're not wrong. And whenever you have someone who is living in the past, focusing on past experiences, and they're creating the emotions based on those past experiences, they are creating a predictable future. The only way that you change the future is by getting present and shifting your state. Because if you constantly have thoughts about what you're supposed to be doing, what you should have done, what you could have done different, oh my God, I'm not doing this, this is gonna happen because of this, that neither one of those is being present. What do you want? Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? What do you want to be known for? Change it right now. It's neuroplasticity. You can become the exact version of you right now, and the only way to do it is now. You can't do it yesterday. You can't do it tomorrow. It is only now. It is only right now.
What the fuck are you saying, Courtney? DJ Crochet said she's projecting the cognitive distance of it all. It feels like it.
I'm going to do it tomorrow. No, the fact that you think you're going to do it tomorrow means you're not going to do it, because that is still living a predictable pattern. You've always done that.
I feel like she's just read several different kinds of books and then that don't coincide with each other and throwing it all together, trying to make them coincide.
You've always said you're going to do it tomorrow. Do it now. And so the faster you can change your state, the faster you change your life, because your brain doesn't know the difference. And I started to be like, damn, I got to go to somebody who's going to help get me out of this. And I talked to Joshua and I talked to Kelsey.
Hi, Charlie.
And I talked to Anna. Different conversations, not the same conversation. Another tip, stop having the same conversations over and over again with different people. You're doing the same thing. And Joshua reminded me, he's like, he made me cry, because I was like, hey, I just got into a state of gratitude. I was like, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you. I know that you don't, even through the boundaries that you've set, like I've set my boundaries, right? And even through the boundaries that you've set, I'm really grateful that I'm able to come and share these things with you. It really, really helps. And he had already helped shift my perspective a couple times and was like, you're being really hard on yourself. Stop creating these stories, because you're so much better than you give yourself credit for, or something like that. I forget what he said. And today he said, grief is really hard in these moments. I don't always know what to say. It was like, you don't even realize how good you are. You don't even realize how much you do.
Courtney, why aren't you neutralizing your emotions right now? If you're going to sit here and talk to us about how we need to neutralize our emotions for the whole first 20 minutes of this video, and then you're going to start crying, and you had just shed on us for not being able to neutralize our emotions and staying positive, Why aren't you?
That's what this has been. It isn't about the people exiting my life. It isn't about the way that I'm parenting. It's not about the way that I'm leading. It's not about the way I'm showing up on the internet. It's not
But it is, though. Who's telling her it's not?
about the way that I'm working this job or playing these different roles, 10, 1, 11. This is a spiral from grief. And I didn't even realize that that's what was hitting me. And I
You haven't gotten help. Not only about your grief, but about being the right-hand man to a cult leader.
I've been doing that. When I go to cry, I'm like aware of like, wow, I need to process right now. Like I need to allow myself to process. And there are 15-minute meditations. So not only Tony Robbins, guys, but Dr. Joe Dispenza.
How about you see an actual doctor that's going to help you with something? God forbid.
If you want to be serious about meditating, get serious about meditating and do it with him.
Not Earth, Jess.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. Like, just do it with him. Hi, Brandon. How
That's all you're going to say about it, but you spent the first literally 29 minutes and 59 seconds talking about it.
are you? Oh my God, long time no see. How are you? Tell Michelle today.
That was a weird shift.
And I was like, my grandma passed away a month ago. Like, normally I land in Europe and I'm so aware that I feel Jessie Lee even more. And all I could do was kept saying, I just want to cry. I just want to cry. And there were so many moments when I had the makeup on. I didn't want to really, I'm so down for releasing my tears. I don't care. But I was like, really just like trying to do this. And then I'd let the tears like just go away because otherwise then I have this. And I'm still taking photos for the day. Like I'm allowing myself to cry and feel the emotions. And I know it might sound silly. I know that it sounds silly.
Instead of doing it to us, why don't you do it to someone who can help you process those emotions and feelings properly?
But at the same time,
Oh my God, she can't even grieve her grandmother without the specter of JLW over her head. Megan Marie, Dr. Joe Dispenza, a well-known like Tony Robinson type of situation where their validity is very niche, like niche, whatever. Yeah, I don't subscribe to either of those people in like ideology and also literally.
it's the reality. Like, I'm gonna allow myself to feel it. I'm gonna allow myself to feel it. And when he said that while I was on the train today, I was like, how did I let that slip by me this time? I just went straight into doing all of the things. And I typed that back to him. I was like, he goes, you don't even realize how much, he's like, I see how much you carry. And Jessie Lee left such a big impact on this world. And you've picked up so much of it.
Hi, it's Kirsty.
Without even realizing it. And I just was like, I just started writing and feeling and thinking. I was like, oh my God. I was like, well, no one, I was like, thank you so much for seeing all the things that like no one will ever know that I do. And even he knows, like, he's so aware that he doesn't know everything that I do. And I don't realize how much I do because I just do it. And he's like, exactly. And I thought, like, I was like, am I just triggered because, like, the last couple of times I've come to Europe on these long trips, like, it's triggered a fight between he and I. Like, am I just expecting a fight to happen? And then he said the grief thing, and I was like, oh.
Dr. Joe Dispenza is a doctor of chiropractic from Life University. Life University is a chiropractic and holistic health university. For the record.
Slow down. Slow down, be present, allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to feel it.
Yeah, the word is quack.
And know that when triggers come up, it's like I was already realizing, having a conversation with Anna, she's like, the people in your life that are unwilling, I'm sorry, she actually said, that refuse.
Megan said, I guess if a chiropractor can be a neuroscientist, then an MLM girly can be a business owner.
To
Dr. Farts.
the people in your life that are refusing to go on a spiritual journey are being removed from your life. I'm like, you think they're refusing? She said, yeah. I'm like, I was thinking, because I'm like, I've had people like even say, oh my gosh, like, I love that you know this stuff. I want to learn more from you. She's like, and did they ask more questions? Like, you right. You right.
Melissa J said they're refusing to go on your spiritual journey because it's crackers, ma'am. Good morning, guys. I'll catch the upload later when I'm done adulting for the day. Good morning, Queen Mary, novel writer.
I trigger people. And when they're not willing to come have the conversation about why they're triggered because they're not self-aware.
Why the fuck would I want to have a conversation with someone who thinks I'm not self-aware? Courtney, if you think people want to have a conversation with you and it's their problem that they don't, now, honey, you're the issue, okay? You're the unsafe person that people don't want to talk to. Get it together.
I'm gonna continue to trigger them until they exit my life. And I started to feel like,
Yeah, Charlene.
and also my self-awareness is still like, okay, I still have 50% responsibility and I'm still learning on how I can do things differently. But I refuse to change who I am in the way, wait, that's actually not true. Neuroplasticity, that's not true. You guys know that. I'm not changing the light in me that's triggering other people. But I'm being aware of like, what can I do different as well in this situation? And the thing that I refuse to change is the way that I love people. The way that I give my whole heart. The way that I'm not gonna cut people out of my life or cut off people or I'm not going to put the wall up. I've already done that. And I was blocking out this community of people. And so in the process of the last, almost year and a half, right? A little over a year and a half, navigating deep, intensely deep grief.
She happily went live and did this on her public Facebook. Oh.
Found those who are on a spiritual journey with me, who are growing with me, who love me so deeply, who are inspired when they see me, and when they're triggered, they're willing to have the conversations with.
Question, does this inspire you to get the help that you need? Everyone watching this, does this inspire you to get the help that you need? I hope it does.
Me through it and own their shit like I'm owning my shit, and we owning our shit together, okay? And I was talking to Kelsey, and I was like, I am so grateful for you. By the way, she hit 1 million followers on TikTok. So fucking cool. Oh, like, this is so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool to like watch the growth that that woman has had, and to see how much her and I are so different, and our strengths are so different, and our strengths, like my strengths are here,
We're now into the Kelsey Rice stuff that Whit mentioned.
her strengths are here, and they literally just go like this.
Yeah, DJ
And
Crochet.
at the same time breaking these generational curses heavily, and the way that we are parenting different than we were raised, and on and on and on. And I just said, I'm like, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful that
Doodle heart, yeah.
I have this, that we have this relationship. I was like, I'm so grateful that I kept forcing myself on you, is actually how I started it. She laughed.
Ooh.
She's a tough one to crack. Those walls were high. And rightfully so. And she's like, who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk you and I would be carrying out the legacy in this way? I'm like, Jessie Lee knew.
Jessie Lee knew. Okay. No. This is what happened, okay? I don't think Kelsey Ray ever liked Courtney. Ever. Maybe. Kelsey Ray does not like a lot of people. She's very much self-centered, doesn't like people unless they can give her something. Courtney wants everyone to like her. Courtney has an issue with not being liked. Courtney is someone that if she sees someone who has something that she wants, she's going to befriend them to try and also get that something and to try to benefit from them. Kelsey Ray was very nervous about losing her income when TikTok was like paused for a few hours. And then after that happened, Kelsey Ray jumped back into multi-level marketing. And I think Kelsey thought the only way to really grow her team again, because she stopped for a while, or she just wasn't super active, was to connect with Courtney. Courtney has the access to all the things that JLW ever shared with her. Courtney has the access to the leaders that prove it. Courtney has access to these things that Kelsey Ray doesn't. And so I think that's why she put her walls down, or whatever that Courtney's saying. I don't think Kelsey Ray likes Courtney at all. But I think Kelsey Ray saw this as probably the only way she could actually start to build her MLM again.
If people like, and her and I both treated people in different ways, and we've been judged and shamed and bullied and
bullied my ass.
And we've also both stood up for each other.
Uh-huh.
And I know where we're going, and she knows where we're going. And I said, there's no one else that can understand the things that I face when it comes to grief. There's like those three people in different unique perspectives. Because Kelsey also being mentored and led by Jessie Lee, but then not having the close like in-person relationship that I had.
Right. That's where it comes in, where Kelsey wants the things that Courtney has gotten over the last several years. It's all transactional between them. 100%. Courtney doesn't like Kelsey, but also Courtney doesn't care that she doesn't like Kelsey. Courtney needs to be liked so much by other people that she'll act like she does. And Kelsey really doesn't like Courtney at all, but she needs what Courtney has.
Kelsey.
And Whit says, and Courtney wants to be friends with Kelsey because Kelsey has a bigger following, mostly because of the rage bait, but still Courtney needs the person in her life and has to force herself on them. Yeah. Courtney, it seems from what I'm seeing, Courtney has big issues with individuality.
Having this close business relationship that I
Angela, I know it's like a little dig where she has to point out that she was closer to JLW. Sorry, I'm just going to give it a little 10-second rewind.
Not having the close, like, in-person relationship that I had. Kelsey having this close business relationship that I didn't fully have either. Or it was like Jessie Lee mentored her in a way that because she earned it.
Okay, Courtney, Jessie Lee didn't really mentor you in the same way because she just gave you the shit. She just put people under you so you could hit ranks.
And she was like 1 million followers, like the level of action, and just
She
were
wants those followers.
basically the opposite personalities, right? I feel like Kelsey's so strong in her red. I've always been, honestly, I would say in this comparison, I'm so strong in my yellow, but I also bring a lot of community. That like my blue has always been really, really high. I'm fun, I'm loud,
The color stuff gets me.
I love community, and I also love to help people, and I love to transform lives. And so the blue and the yellow go really, really well. And I also am very analytical. I like to understand how things work, and she has that type of brain too. Like the way that she can just figure out how things work, and then she'll go fast. So the red is the strongest, but then she can actually break things down and has this like perspective with marketing that she can just piece together without even thinking about it. It's such a unique gift and talent that she has. Anyway, so I was sharing the gratitude of just like the way that we parent is so similar, and because like certain things that we used to do or the way that we were raised that we're like, we're not doing that, you know, things like that. So I have so much more to share on this topic. I was kind of going on a rant in my stories, and I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about it. Neuroplasticity allows you to change your brain.
Artsy fartsy, are you talking about Courtney's husband? Because Courtney's husband's parents come on our lives, like a lot of anti-MLM lives often, and they've been on my channel before. From what I know, Courtney is really was the leader of that relationship, and the controller. But also, of course, he played a part in it too. Bye, Amy.
Change your thoughts, you change your frequency, you change your
Melissa
state,
Che.
and your brain doesn't know the difference. You can quite literally transform your entire life by focusing on exactly what you want to bring into it.
I think Courtney's trying to show herself as this like victim in a way, and maybe in a certain way she is, but not in the way that she's trying to show herself as victim. She's trying to show herself as like this, I want community, I want friends, I want all of this, blah, 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 blah. No, she wants things. She wants things. She wants money. She wants people to follow her. She wants like that. She doesn't care about the person.
And you can immediately shift it. And it's crazy. I know that I've manifested these people
Courtney's husband's parents.
in my life. I know I have. I didn't see it coming this way. I didn't think it would look the way that it looks, you know? And people.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'm gonna play it so y'all can watch it. And I'll be watching on my phone.
You know, you want to trust people. You want to trust what people say. But people can't be trusted. Behaviors can't be. Behaviors are trusted. Or behaviors are predictable. So that's what I trust. I trust human behavior. And I'm so aware that we can change our mind like that. And that's why I trust human behavior. Because one thing that I learned, and that I used to say all the time, and it used to almost be a negative thing, and I learned how to shift it, is that I knew that I could only rely on myself 100% of the time. And if I wanted something done right, I had to do it myself. I no longer believe that. I no longer embody that. But that is how majority of the world operates. And that creates predictable human behaviors. Because people are going to look out for themselves 1000% of the time, because people come into our life for a reason, a season, and occasionally a lifetime. Y'all, I never thought Jessie Lee would be out of my life, ever. And here we are, physically. Physically, she's not. Never pictured it to look like this. You're a yellow blue as well. Kelly, that makes so much sense why we vibe. I mean, I could have definitely picked that up for sure. I'm like thinking like about our conversations and watching your content and stuff. Anyways. And I was a very underdeveloped blue for a period of time in my life, which is why I know my yellow is so much more strong. And my blue comes through a lot. Like, just go back to the beginning of this video whenever I was like, ooh, butterfly, ooh, distraction. Why is there a reflection over there? I'm like looking at all these different things. Also, when I was on the phone earlier, there's this wallpaper out here that's gold and it has like faces in it. See, like distractions, okay? My blue is strong. But when you develop yourself, because I'm like, I don't like how it feels when people say this about me. So I changed it. I became a different version of myself. I chose different frequency. I chose different thoughts. I chose different actions based on those thoughts because those thoughts create my feelings. Those feelings are what I put behind the actions that I take. And if I'm present in the moment right now and I choose who I want to be and then I act accordingly, then I will quite literally have a completely different life. And I've proven it over and over and over again. Just look at my life. People are like, Courtney, how do you look so good? Oh my God, they're like, wait a minute, how much weight have you lost? I'm like, crap, let me figure out these kilograms. I don't really remember because they just saw me in September. And I just keep transforming over and over and over again. And now I'm battling the skin stuff, right? That I didn't have before. One of my German friends, she's like, one of them was like, what's going on right here? I was like, I freaking love you, Europeans. And then my other friend, European, she goes, of course she is. She says, is it okay if I ask you a question? I'm like, yes, of course. She says, do you eat a lot of animal protein? I was like, yeah, I mean, I eat high protein. I eat a lot of animal protein. And she goes, I would stop. I would cut back. I was like, okay, what are you feeling? She goes, that's what this is from normally. Because I was like, well, it's hormonal in my opinion. I was like, actually, I mean, like, I thought it was like partially could have been from eating sugar before. And she goes, no, sugar comes here. This is animal protein. And I said, you know what's really interesting that you say that? Because I've actually been consuming high animal protein, literally beef organ capsules, for well over a year, and my skin cleared up drastically right after starting it, or months into starting it. I was like, it's one of the major reasons my body really likes animal protein. This didn't happen.
I'm back.
Until the last couple months or month. I don't know. I'm in a time warp.
Don't take medical advice from anyone other than doctors, please. Okay.
No concept of time. And she's like, really? I was like, yeah. I'm very observant. Like, it's accurate. She's like, oh.
David.
Okay. I was like, gonna be totally honest. I told her about the supplement thing. I haven't gone live about that, so I'll give you like a brief rundown. There's a supplement that they're about to restock. I've gotten the information. I think I'm gonna be able to buy it. That's tomorrow, Wednesday. They were
Prove
supposed
it is
to be
about to restock?
encapsulating it. Then it gets shipped to them, I think by Friday or Thursday.
Did she say like what company she's talking about exactly?
And I'm ahead of time, so I'm gonna have to wait because they're like on the West Coast in the US. So it gets shipped to them. And then that's whenever they will put it onto their website when they actually have it in their hands. So it was like getting encapsulated yesterday and today. Then it's getting bottled and then it's getting shipped to them. So
Hey, Kelly.
I'll be able to buy it soon. Anyway, been out of it, made it extremely worse. And for the first time in my life, in November, all the way through, I think this person is still doing it occasionally or whatever, spiritual attacks that I've figured out many different ways to clear, cleanse, and protect myself from it.
Huh?
But I've never in my life had this happen. And it's very obvious, like to the point where people that aren't even like fully spiritually connected,
Yes, Herbalife acquired Prove It, but Prove It will still be Prove It for 2 years.
they immediately pick up on it when I show them
Year and a half, maybe left. Closer to 2 years, maybe.
a photo, whenever I barely give them 2 sentences about it. Like, they're immediately picking up on what everyone else is saying. It's the craziest.
Yeah, Natasha.
Just crazy. So, spiritual attacks. And I kind of like summarized it with that. She's like, really? I'm like, yes. And she immediately trusted and felt it. Like she knew. She's like, oh, yeah. Crazy. So, tangent. I'm digressing. Point being is that I was like, what was the point?
Yep. What was the point, Courtney, for all of this? What was the point? Bingo. You're so funny.
Yeah, I don't actually remember what I was gonna say with that. Anyway, transform your thoughts, transform your life.
Okay, thank you so much, Whit. Whit said she was talking about all of the 50-something supplements a day she takes of the beef organs that is restocking. Gotcha.
I've been on here too long. I love y'all so much. I appreciate you.
Okay, she says this, but she's still on for 10 more minutes.
And I promise you that you can truly become the exact version of yourself. Cristina Ferraro. By the way, there is a city, Ferraro.
Please don't forget to like the video as well. We're not done. I just want to remind you to like it because I'm terrible at telling people to like the video. And when we hop off, if you could leave a comment on your thoughts, that'd be great.
Ferraro.
Huh?
You let me know. In Italy. When I was at the train station, well, I looked at it on the maps, and then whenever I looked at the train station, or at the screen on the train station, I thought it said
Okay. I'm gonna
I remember that from the map.
hold on.
Being triggered, it is because you're meant to release something. Much I appreciate you. Just remember that when you are being triggered, it is because you're meant to release something. And the one
If you're being triggered, it's because you're meant to release something.
thing that I did not finish saying is that I don't remember where I was going with all this because like
David said, where will we be 10 minutes from now? Anything is possible.
y'all will be able to remind me later on, but is that the city? Thank you. It's not enough.
If you show the other video of her crying, it adds up to this video where she acts like JLW because she talks about how she doesn't do that. We will. I just posted it I have it behind the stage, so whenever I'm done with this, we'll switch videos.
Oh, it's an A. It's the Italian. O and A. It's delayed, so maybe you guys can remind me her last name the right way because I can't tell by phonetically sound.
All right. I am done with that video. There's only 10 minutes, but so we're gonna watch this video. She's crying in it. Talk about grief, talk about JLW, and mentioning that she doesn't act like her or something. Whit said this to me. It's from her stories. Here we go.
Hi.
Woo! Sorry, that was loud as fuck. All right, maybe we give it a little turn down. Turn her down. Settings, audio. I'm going to turn myself up back to where it was. I'm just my volume. Okay, here we go. It's going to be a little loud.
I'm clicking through Kelsey's.
She said, I believe this was 2 days ago. I've sat on it in the draft. So she filmed this 2 days ago, I guess.
Series on stories. I'm actually re-recording this because I tried to save it. I don't think I was supposed to just give you the sobbing tears that I had.
DJ Crochet.
I just can tell on like so many levels the way that I'm just reliving such deep grief.
Right, Creed.
And I was asking myself, like, our body knows, our body has memory. Like, I was trying to think, like, what was happening last year, what was happening 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Jessie Lee was about to be officially announced at an event in like a day or two as vice president. And like reliving deep grief of Kelsey's storytelling of like how like just like the path that her.
Do y'all remember Columbia? Do you remember when Jesse Lee brought them to Columbia and they made them hike 15 miles without telling them they were going to do that? That was crazy shit. Do y'all remember that? Oh my God, it's all coming back. I'm sorry. It's all coming back. I know she's crying, but like that was so unhinged. Anyway, do y'all Columbia remembers? The lore is so deep. Oh, the lore is so deep. It is, that's what she said. It is so intense. We weren't there. It didn't happen. But you know the best part is that we reacted to Jessie Lee Ward telling us about it. Like she's like, this didn't happen, blah blah blah, after we all talked about it. But the video we reacted to was her saying these things about it.
Life has gone on.
That was wild.
And how much it changed when Jessie Lee passed. And just like feeling like, yeah, my best friend's no longer here. I think it's so interesting as well that like,
right, Megan,
some people are either inspired by the ways that I remind them of her, or they're triggered by it and think that I'm doing something wrong. And I don't know if you've ever had a best friend.
I have. I currently have 2. And we are all our own individual people. Like, I don't act like them, they don't act like me. I mean, there might be some like words that we like hee ha ha about, or like the 2 people that I play Apex with almost every night. Like I picked up some of their like words that they say and some of the funny things that they do. I don't see them in person. So like that's our interaction. But like I'm my individual person. They are their own individual people. My best friends that I'm seeing Saturday are their own individual people. We're together often, a lot. You'll see them on my Instagram. But there's a difference between like picking up a few mannerisms here and there, or picking up like a little word or phrase here and there, and then consistently showing up as that versus consistently showing up as that other person all the time in every sense of the word. It's weird and it's not right and it's not okay.
The way that I had a best friend, the way that Jessie Lee had a best friend.
I'm sorry,
but there were some moments that you really couldn't tell where one person started and the other finished. We would laugh the same sometimes.
Angela, you know what? Angela said, I think she's really just grieving how important she felt being JL's best friend. So I think she put a lot of her identity in the idea of being JLW's best friend. JJ, aka Whitney Houston. Why? My Whitney Houston. I mean, she's great. Columbia's story. Yes, thank you, Charlene, for putting that in there. Her whole identity was wrapped in jail. Yeah, like she didn't have her own identity as Courtney. It was Courtney Shortney, JLW's best friend. And I think she took that on as her identity. Yeah, for sure. It was all about being JLW's best friend and like having that access to things that other people didn't. And losing JLW was also losing her identity. So yeah, I'm sure it was terrible. I'm sure it's terrible. I'm sure it's hard. I'm sure it's horrible. But when you have so many people trying to tell you to get help, trying to tell you things, and you're still making money off of people's misgivings and people's vulnerability, and still an MLM boss babe who lies all the time and tricks people and deceives people, whatever. You know, I don't have a whole lot of empathy to give her or sympathy to give her. We remember the poor acai bowl. Never forget the acai bowl. Definitely spiraling in her divorce. Are you and Aaron still besties? That's a good question. We haven't talked a whole bunch lately. When it came to my divorce and everything going on in 2024, I just stepped away from everybody pretty much. And then when I stepped back in, some people were fine with continuing friendship and some people didn't. And that's all right. For the record, for people wondering. Anyway, let's continue.
It got to the point where I'd be like, did I start saying that, or did you? I don't even know who picked up what from who. And I have literally had this said to me that, like, people try to say it a bad thing. Like, it's not a bad thing to me. If you listen to me in the way that I say things and you think that I'm trying to be Jessie Lee, I've literally heard that for so long.
Then maybe it means that you are. Like, maybe there's some merit if you've heard it for so long.
I don't talk like Jessie Lee. I talk like me. So there's that. And it's been me
No problem,
for a
Alexa.
very long time, because I consciously was like, who am I? Who do I want to be? How do I want to show up? So my birthday is also about to come up. And 5 years ago, we moved here. And I told Jessie Lee, I was like, hey, like, you know, you said you sent me a birthday gift. Well, like, it never made it to me. And I don't really always, I make a big deal out of my birthday, like, with people close to me. Like, I'll celebrate all month long. We kind of make it a joke. Joshua laughs about it. I do that with the kids too. I'm like, we're gonna celebrate all month long. I celebrate on birthdays. Like, I just love birthdays. It's like the day you were born. Like, the one thing that Jessie Lee always did for me was, like, she would celebrate my birthing days as well. Anyway, I told her that missed. And then, like, the first year she was in Italy for my birthday, the second year, like, I was just so excited to, like, have special moments with her, to, like, have these special moments with her, or just from her, right? Like, so I told her about the birthday present that didn't show up. And I was like, the way that she had celebrated people's.
She was always sending gifts. Okay, I don't know if you're reading what it says right here. It says 30 was the year the gift didn't arrive. She was always sending gifts. And that is another thing that cult leaders do too. And you know what? MLMs in general do this to their downline. It is definitely a cult tactic. It is like in the cult tactic book or the bite model or whatever. Whit James said, revelation to us all. Our birthday was the day we were born. Angela said, did she not just give us an hour-long lecture about how we shouldn't tell old stories and live in the past? Oh, that's a good point. And that live was before I think she did this. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but
birthdays at different points, and I was just, like, really excited to have those moments with her. So, like, she bought me a bunch of stuff for Mother's Day. Like, celebrated my 30th birthday with, like, gifts, and, like, some of these got me this big mom cake, and then she ended up not being here for my actual birthday because she was in Italy. And then
do y'all think JL genuinely loved Courtney? I want to lean towards yes. Like, I think JL, because JL didn't really get anything from Courtney but, like, a companion from what I remember. And I think JL did not have many true companions. You do not think JL loved Courtney? Not even a little bit? Okay. I guess I'm just trying to process that and work that out in my mind. I also don't remember a whole lot about their relationship in general. You can't expect Courtney to maintain consistency from one word to the next, let alone one live to the next. Yeah. I think she loved what she got from Courtney. I think that's a fair assessment. I don't think JL really loved anyone. MLM friendships are all transactional. True. She used Courtney for free labor. Yeah, that is a really good point. I think she loved her how she knew how. Like you think she loved her in the only way she knew how to love someone, which wasn't actually love. No, but I think she loved herself and her dogs and being with a man, but everyone else on thin ice and fully transactional. I think JL thought of her as a pet. I think Courtney was in love with JLW, and that's okay. No, I don't think JLW reciprocated it. That's fair. I think she had a complicated feeling of love towards her, probably more companionship instead of pure real love. Yeah. Y'all are making really good points. I think JLW believes that she loved her. That's a good point. Courtney was always more enthusiastic about Jessie, not the other way around. Yeah, that's fair. In some way. I think that in the only way Jesse knew how, maybe, but ultimately, like, the only way Jesse knew how was a transactional way. I think it was complicated, probably a little yes, a little no. Yeah, that's totally fair. I think so too. Becky.
Something I think also happened 4 years ago, but I don't remember what it was. So then 3 years ago in 22, it was like one of the best birthdays I've ever had.
Yeah, David.
Where we were doing a tour, a U.S. tour, and for the Empire, and I was the head of events. So I would bring all of the teams together, head of the events, and then the team is just magic. We created a structure format for like what the weekend would look like for like a Friday, Saturday, exiting Saturday. I was the one who opted in. Like, I was one of the leaders that opted in for a lot of the weekends because other people like weren't willing to travel for things, or maybe they couldn't, right? So I was like traveling every single weekend for 12 weeks in a row. And
Megan Marie, who is a doctoral student in psychology, by the way, I'm pretty sure, Megan, that's what you mentioned earlier, said, I think Courtney feels like she peaked with her relationships with JL. So part of it is her grieving that she will never have that success again. I think it's a fair statement for sure. Wit says, I almost feel like in some ways Courtney was in love with JLW and everything about her, and JLW just loved her where she could. Karina says, I think she cared about her. I don't think she loved her, though. Those are two very different things. Fair enough. Yeah. Melissa J said, so her best birthday she ever had was working for JL for free and being away from her kids and spouse. Courtney, sweetie. Right. Charlene said Jail was a very complicated person. She manipulated people for her own benefit. At the same time, she had others doing it to her. Yeah. I think she was separated from part of herself that could feel genuine emotions. I think that's a fair thing, Charlene, for sure. DJ said, the thing about the idea of genuine love and friendship is all these people are MLM scammers trying to secure the bag and wrapped up in the cult mindset. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a different definition of love and friendship when it comes to being in an MLM scam. Laura said, it's really sad. Your kids are going to see all of this when they grow up, and it's so embarrassing. Kelly said, there probably was an unhealthy dependence for Courtney. When you lose that, you can feel lost as well. Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry, Karina. Well, there's about 4 minutes left, I think.
We started it, we kicked it off in June in New York for my birthday. Literally on my birthday, which was crazy. And I got like a message from her probably like in about a week or something like that, maybe a little bit less. And she was like, hey, so I refuse to miss your birthday again, but I have to fly to New York for my cleaning, literally on your birthday. So it'll be like a really short trip, like maybe 36 hours, but do you want to go with me? And I was like, sure. She was like, okay. I was like, send me your flights and I'll book the same flight. So I booked my flights. And then she took care of everything when we were there and surprised me with, before that, Joshua and her surprised me with a get together at my house, which was really funny because I knew where we were. I could tell by like the construction, like you had to drive on the rumble strip. So I was like, I know where we are. So then she drove in circles to try to throw me off. No, you don't. And then we went to a Broadway show. That was a surprise. We went around New York to all of her best spots. And, or not best spots, like all of the spots because she lived there. I forget how many years, but she went to college there. She went to Hunter College and she worked 3 jobs. She was a nanny for 2 families, 2 different families. She worked at Brookstone Chairs and she worked at Bubblegum Shrimp, and we went and ate there. I don't even like that food. It's such a chain restaurant, but we literally went there and sat and just had some food. I think something simple, and like sat in the area, but there was construction, and she's like this, like she would just tell me all these little things. We walked around a lot. There was like different points.
Karina said, It's fine, just sad. I have the same feelings I had when jail was literally wasting away and people were trying to get through her and she just wasn't listening, you know? Yeah, I do know. And I do blatantly remember that. And it was, where are we getting JLW history? I don't know. I FaceTime some beautiful stories. Hold on, let's go here.
I don't know what I did last year. I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to literally look and see because I just don't remember. I don't have any plans for this year.
Baby girl, get friends. Go to therapy. Get friends. Stop doing this to yourself. You are doing this. You are doing this. You are choosing to not have friends. This is sad to watch, but also like I don't have too much sympathy for her. I have sympathy on the fact that like of grief. I don't have sympathy on the fact that she's not trying.
I was talking to friends.
Ma'am, you have 3 entire children. Do something with them. I forget all the time that she has 3 whole kids. Whit James says, I mostly sent this one as a backup for her saying everyone says she talks, laughs like JLW and how unhinged she is after 2 years almost. Yeah, no, I think this is great. And I mean, I think we hit that part. And it's true. Like if all these people are telling you this thing, then maybe the thing's true, or maybe you should actually like take a look into it. Charlene said, I think she made no progress with processing her grief. I agree. I don't think she's made any progress. In fact, I think she's put herself in a more difficult position where she's talking about these frequencies. She's talking about like in that first live we watched, it was like an hour long. It was so weird because she was contradicting herself pretty consistently, especially when you like take the first 20 minutes and last 20 minutes, they're contradictory because it was like you need to be able to neutralize your feelings and be neutral and like whatever. And then it was like, I'm sad. Or it's like frequencies, I'm sad. It was just super weird. She has reverse parasocial relationship with her followers. That is a really good point, Charlene, for sure. She's using her own pain and mental illness to market her brand. Yeah, it seems like that. Heal_play says, I'm a mom of 2 and I've never had the time or the energy put in like this to a friend that died 1.5 years ago. Yeah. Cats. I assume her and their dad has shared custody, so she has more time alone to be in her thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she does. But it's just so contradictory to what she's saying in the first part of her. If we had some consistency throughout, I think it would be better. Like, or make more sense. Like if we had consistency throughout, like not her saying like, you need to be able to neutralize your feelings and not overreact. And then her being at the end, like, I'm feeling very emotional. Like I'm reacting big and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sad and blah, blah, blah. It's just something that I feel like she shouldn't, Charlene said it very well, a reverse parasocial relationship. It's something she shouldn't be doing with her audience. And it's just, it's very obvious and it's sad that she is mentally unwell. But there's nothing that like anyone watching can do about it, but use it as a warning and also talk about like the ins and outs of MLMs and how they relate to cults and all of that. I know someone whose husband died of cancer and she's pretty much just wallowing in grief instead of working through it. That's terribly sad. Both, you know, wallowing in grief and like feeling that pain and then also just like having someone you love die of cancer. Yeah, DJ. Karina said if she only gets the F off the internet for a couple of months and just sat with her pain and talked to a professional, it would do her wonders. I can imagine. Yeah, for sure. She's constantly said for the first year after JLW death that JLW was living through her daughter. Oh, ew. Oh, that's weird. Whit, thank you for sharing that. Everyone processes grief differently and I can have grace for that, but at some point you have to have some forward motion in it. Yeah, and that's why for the first year I really didn't cover Courtney too much. I'm starting to cover a little bit more now, but like the first year I really just, you know, didn't cover much because I thought maybe some of her weird actions and some of those weird things that were going on were from the grief, and I'm sure they were. But at this point, like, she's trying to teach people how to neutralize their feelings, staying neutral. She's trying to teach people about frequencies and like inspire people to like not let their feelings be valid and stuff. So at this point, it's like I'm covering it. I'm talking about it. I don't care that it's coming from grief at this point, because she's taking her grief. I don't want to say she's like weaponized her grief, but I think she's trying to figure out how to deal with it without getting help. And what she's doing is ultimately going to hurt people and how they process those things. Anyway, I've been on it for 2 hours. Are y'all surprised? Me, a 2-hour live? Crazy. It's wild. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, please like the video before you leave. I would appreciate that. Calva Coder member for 14 months. I didn't see the 14 months. Thank you so much, Cal. Appreciate it. She's monetizing her grief. That's a good way to put it. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out. And don't forget to leave a comment on your thoughts, or just a little blurb of something. I enjoy you covering this. Thanks, Whit. Thanks for sending it to me. It was a good hangout, though. Thank you, Melissa J. I hope you have a wonderful night. And I hope you have a great weekend that's coming up. See you next time. Bye, everybody.